The Harris for President campaign rolls into Arizona following stops in 3 other swing states this week. A rally is planned for tomorrow in Glendale. And tonight, presidential candidate Kamala Harris and her running mate, Tim Walz, are arriving in Arizona. They touched down just a short time ago. Ellen McNamara is live now at Sky Harbor Airport. Ellen.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, we just saw Air Force 2 land. You can see it behind me now here at Sky Harbor. And Vice President Kamala Harris, she stepped off that plane. She waved to folks. She was smiling. And then she was greeted by a number of local lawmakers that included Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays, Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego, Congressman Greg Stanton, and also Mesa Mayor John Giles. They were all here to greet her. Now, the plane was delayed just a little bit. You can see that it's windy. Yeah, we basically just had a dust storm come into town, and it had landed during that storm. It's been incredibly windy out here at Sky Harbor, but it landed without too much of a trouble. It was supposed to come in from the east. It ended up coming in the west and had to circle around to get the shots that you see behind me right now. Right now, though, we are waiting on Governor Tim Walz, her new running mate, to land. He's going to be in a charter plane, so we expect his plane to roll in about 15 or 20 minutes or so. But the two, man, they just wrapped up campaigning in Detroit, Michigan, and also in Wisconsin. They held a rally at an airport hangar in Detroit. It was filled with thousands of people. And then they went to talk with members of the Auto Workers Union, the United Auto Workers. They picked up that endorsement just last week. But as far as Governor Tim Walz goes, I mean, he was just selected to be her running mate on Tuesday morning, and now he's going to be arriving here in a battleground state for that rally tomorrow at Desert Diamond Arena. As far as Harris goes, she got in the Suburban and headed off to downtown Phoenix. That is where she will spend the night tonight. And then I'm told that Harris and Walz, they're going to be having a working day tomorrow to kind of, game plan for the path moving forward for their campaign before that rally in Glendale. We're told that about 15,000 people, is going to be the expected crowd tomorrow in Glendale at Desert Diamond Arena. Doors will open at 1:30, and then people are being told to arrive no later than 3:30 p.m. It has been, though, a whirlwind for this campaign, and they are crisscrossing the country, especially now that battleground states are once again in play. Now, when Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket, basically the Democratic Party was in dire straits. They were worried that they were going to lose this thing, and the battleground polling did not look good for Joe Biden. But in just about 3 weeks' time, that has all changed. And this week, the Harris campaign got some really good news that Arizona is now a toss-up, Georgia is now a toss-up, and Nevada is also a toss-up. So we're going to be seeing a number of visits here in the next 90 days or so before people go to vote in November. Now, I mentioned that Congressman Greg Stanton was here to greet Vice President Harris, and we spoke to him after the arrival. Take a listen.
Well, I think they're going to see the Vice President tomorrow deliver very powerful remarks on issues of priority to the state of Arizona, issues of priority to Americans. We'll see a very strong contrast between the Vice President and what the former president, you saw his press conference. You'll see a very, very different style, very different priorities for the Vice President. I think the American people are going to realize that this Vice President is a strong candidate for President of the United States.
Yeah, so everyone there was excited to see her. Frankly, Chris Mays was thrilled, and she brought her daughter, Hattie, to meet the Vice President, who she said she believes is going to be the first woman to serve in the Oval Office as president. And she wanted her daughter, who's in, basically middle school age, to come and meet her. So you saw Chris Mays and her daughter also on the tarmac. We're going to have much more coverage at 9 and 10, not only here, but also over on Fox 10. And I'm going to stay put until Governor Walz is on the ground here. I mean, you never know. You have no idea with some of these campaign events. He might just come up here and start talking to us. And if he does, we'll be here for that. But yeah, much more coverage, Mark, tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock.
And Ellen, just to hit on this point one more time before we let you go, I mean, Arizona, obviously such an important state for both candidates here, for former President Trump and for Vice President Kamala Harris. They're going to be spending a lot of time and money in our state. And when you think about where we were just a few weeks ago for the Democratic Party, it was a much different story. So now it feels like they are energized about the possibility of winning Arizona.
Oh yeah, definitely energized, and I described it earlier, Mark, as a fourth quarter. So for the first 3 quarters of the game, the Democratic Party, they felt like they were out of the game. They were not going to win the national championship, if that's what you want to call this game. And then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 90 days to go until the election, they feel like they can win it. I mean, it's unreal. It is absolutely unreal how quickly things have turned around, and you can feel that.
Yeah, Ellen, great work out there in less than ideal conditions, and we'll check back in with you later on Fox 10. Thanks, Ellen.